Hello, my name is Mwazamela Thurman. I'm a realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services here in Newport News, Virginia. Our office, though, extends to all over the area, Hampton Roads, and even outside of that. Anywhere in Virginia, you can use a realtor who's licensed in Virginia. So I'm willing to set up some time to definitely go through different markets with you if you want to explore different areas, whether you're looking to buy, sell, or even rent. Right now, it's a great time to really watch home prices. It's never been more useful and important to have an agent who can guide you on the best course of action to win any negotiation in this market. So without further ado, let's get started. To start, I want to talk about James City County. And the reason is it's a popular area, but most people don't realize that James City County is not the same as Williamsburg. It's actually a little bit outside. So the Jamestown settlement is in James City County, and Williamsburg Colonial is in Williamsburg proper. We have about 480 homes for sale in James City County right now, compared to Williamsburg, where we have 498 right now. And the median list price in James City County is currently 513.18. It's flatline compared to last year in June and May, right around this time. So doesn't necessarily mean that homes are going to sell for more compared to last year. It just means what we had go on the market hasn't really changed much compared to last year when we average everything out. Now, list price to sale price ratio is important. If you guys are making offers or if you're expecting to get an offer, 100% of list price is what people are accepting, and it's taking about 31 days on market for James City County. In Williamsburg, the ratio is still the same, 100% gets the deal done so far for most people. Unless it's, a very competitive situation, apply what you need to win that. Median days in Williamsburg is 31 days. And year over year, it says that we're down about 3%. So the median list price has gone down a little bit. It could just mean that there's less newer homes for sale and more people are selling more resales. And that's definitely something you want to watch out for when you look at new construction versus older homes. And we definitely have some more older homes in Williamsburg. Now, when it comes to your county is just a little bit south of that. A lot of people who want to look in that area definitely commute to other cities, and it's not uncommon to do that in Hampton Roads. We had 194 homes for sale in your county in May, and year over year, we've seen about a 5.6% increase in home prices. The median list price is $475K, and people are offering 1.131% to get the deal done. So just a little bit over. Definitely judge the situation by what you hear from the agent who's representing the owner, and the median days it takes to close are about 30 days. Now, Newport News is also on the border of Williamsburg and James City County, kind of. And it comes all the way down. So it's a really big area, and there's a lot more homes for sale in Newport News because you're going to have all of that area, and it's just a little bit wider, even though there's less cities in Newport News, whereas your county is made up of multiple different cities. You have Seaford, you have Tab, you have Grafton, all these little things that add up to be one county. So Newport News is a city, and it has a median home list price of $295K. Year over year, we're up 3.5%, and the list to sale ratio is 100%. So you got to offer what they're asking in most cases. There's 390 homes for sale, and the median days it takes is about 29 days. And a key thing to point out, you're going to notice I'm going to say a lot of homes are near about 30 days. 30 days is usually how long it takes for a person to buy, whether using FHA, conventional, or even VA. On average, we see about 30 days or so, and sometimes just a little bit longer if it takes more time to get a professional out there to do the appraisal or the home inspection, or for any reason something turns up and now we got to renegotiate what comes up in those reports to come to an agreement. So at the end of the day, that's what you want to do, is make a deal if you do. And if you don't want to make a deal, you want to be able to know when it's time to walk away. When it comes to Hampton, there are 347 345 homes for sale. I don't know why I said 347. It is taking about 28 days to close median days on market, and the list ratio price is 100%. Year over year, we're up 9.1% for Hampton home prices, and the median list price is right under 300K at 2.999. So it's really, really close to what we're seeing in other markets like Newport News, but just a little bit more expensive. When it comes to Suffolk, Suffolk is another unique area in that it's actually one of the largest counties in Virginia. So it's a huge area, and a lot of people commute to it from different parts. You can even commute to it from Franklin, and just like somebody could commute from Hampton right over the bridge or Newport News over the bridge. But either way, it's a very big area, so we have more homes for sale in Suffolk. What we have are 569 homes for sale. People are getting exactly what they offer in order to close the deal, and it's taking 37 days. One thing to keep in mind with Suffolk, just like with some of these historic older areas, especially in historic districts, is that sometimes you have homes that are built that don't even have a year that they know it was really built. So homes, especially with historic districts, usually take more of a due diligence period, and you can expect to want to, research where permits were done, what contractors were used, and what they said about the project. If it was abandoned or if it was a project that was finished all the way through, you still want to know that everything was done well, and so it does take a little bit longer to inspect older homes, and Suffolk definitely has a little bit more of older homes in the historic districts and a lot of new construction too. So I've been noticing that Suffolk, it's very much growing, and it's also really a conglomerate of history that people really appreciate. And it also has the Planters Peanut Factory. But year over year, up 6.4% for home prices is really good for an area like that, especially that big. Yeah, because we could have so many different types of properties there, farmland, industrial, so many things. But in this market, I'm really focusing on residential. And residential is in Suffolk a lot more agricultural properties and larger lots than other areas. If you're looking to buy anywhere in Hampton Roads, you can usually expect a larger size lot there. Same thing kind of goes with Isle of Wight County. So Isle of Wight County includes multiple areas, includes Carlton, includes Smithfield. It's huge. And they have also had a lot of new construction. So year over year, we've actually seen like double-digit percent growth, which is crazy amazing and a really good sign. So up 17.8% year over year, and the median list price now is $470K. Homes for sale, total number for sale is 216, and people are offering exactly what they asked for to get that home, and it's taking 30 days, so a little bit faster in Isle of Wight County. And they also have probably a little bit more condos for sale in Isle of Wight versus Suffolk, based off what I've seen, but I think it's going to even out at the end of the day because Suffolk, Isle of Wight, and Chesapeake all have a lot of new construction communities. When it comes to just a little bit over, I'm going to skip to Norfolk. I know some people do drive through Portsmouth on the way there, but just because I mentioned Newport News and Hampton, I don't want to deter from Norfolk because it's really straight shot from HRBT from Hampton. And they have 576 homes for sale in Norfolk year over year. They've seen 1.5% growth year over year. Norfolk hasn't seen a lot of new construction communities, but there is lots of new construction custom home builders all throughout the area. I think anybody, if you've gone through Norfolk and you've driven around, you've seen a mix of mostly people who rebuild smaller properties and maybe make them into duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes, and not so many communities being built, but more so single, maybe multifamily properties. And the median days on market for Norfolk is 29 days. The median list price is $330K. And like I said before, you got to offer pretty much asking price to get the deal done for most homes. Virginia Beach is not too far away. A lot of people commute from Virginia Beach to Norfolk and all the bases throughout that area because we have a huge military population in that area. And it's nice to have people near you who are the new kid at school and feel like they are adapting to things because y'all come from the same type of background, even though you're all from different areas, because it really does help. Not that to say that Virginia Beach is where all the military people live or Norfolk is either, but it definitely is a community that if you come here and you worry that you might not know a lot of people because you're coming from the military or relocating, we always have a ton of new kids at school is what I hear from people because we simply have a lot of people moving in and out from the military and the government positions here. Now, there are 728 homes for sale in Virginia Beach currently, year over year, up 7.6%. The median list price is $425. If you go on the map, I'm sure you're going to see homes in all different price ranges, but this is the median if we put them in order from smallest to largest, and it's taking about 22 days on market. And what this tells you is that because it's so much quicker, that could be a sign that number one, people are probably offering more cash and offering to close faster to get the deal done because there might be more multiple offer situations. When it comes to percentage offer, they are just a smidge above 100% and a smidge under 101% at 100.73% of asking price. But definitely, judge what you see as what you decide to offer. And take your time to get those inspections done, even if you think it's a turnkey home, even new construction is worth getting a home inspection. Now, when it comes to Chesapeake, Chesapeake is just to the south and to the left, in between Norfolk and Virginia Beach. It is a community that also has a good mix of military. And when you go to that area, you'll see a lot of the swamps on the Dismal Swamp. You go to the left, but you might also live there and never see that at all. And that's just how big Chesapeake is. They have 652 homes for sale, so just a little bit less than Virginia Beach, but it's a very popular location. People who want to have a Virginia Beach lifestyle or maybe a property that's a little bit newer and still be able to drive and commute to other areas. When it comes to median days on market, 27 days on market, and year over year, up 12.8%. So they have double-digit growth, which is fantastic. Like I said before, Isle of Wight was the only other one that I saw had double-digit growth, and that was at 17% year over year. List price to sale price, you got to offer about 100.2%, 22% to get that deal done. Portsmouth is also not too far from Chesapeake. You could easily commute there for work. A lot of people do, even from Hampton, across the water, very easy commute. Now, the bridge, though, that's where you got to be worried about timing, leaving early enough. And Portsmouth has its own historic district. Not a lot of people know that. It also has one of the oldest Memorial Day parades in the whole country. They have 345 homes for sale, and year over year, up 9.1%. The median list price is $299.9, so right under $300K, and people are offering 100% of the offer, the list price to get the offer through and accepted. It takes about 28 days to close, so we might see some people even, offering to close in 20 days as soon as possible. Sometimes you'd be surprised, your conventional lender or even FHA, if they have enough time, they might be able to tell you how long it would take. And if you think you don't want to do a home inspection because maybe the seller already did one for another client, that does really help you, bypass how long it could take. And you could probably even close in 25 days, sometimes 20 days, if you can get everything in and out, get all your questions answered, and come to an agreement with the seller. Now, Poquoson is also a little bit different. It is back on the Virginia Peninsula side. It is a smaller community, right in the edge of York County. So if you're looking at the map, Poquoson, you'd be driving in from either Newport News, maybe Hampton Highway or your county to get to Poquoson. It's super cute, lots of water access if that's what you're looking for like a boat. Some people do require flood insurance. We might see a lot of homes that are lifted, but not always necessary. Poquoson also has a lot of new construction communities, and year over year, last year they had a lot of growth. Their median list price is way up. This year, we're actually down about 6.6% for June 2024 compared to May 2024 and last year. Because what we're using is the data from May to judge what's best to do in June. Now, 51 home for sale is not unusual for Poquoson. Not a lot of homes are usually for sale unless they have like a whole new construction community. And people do usually offer what people ask to get the deal done. Median days on market is 26 days. This could mean that some builders are letting people, get through the process a little bit faster. It could also mean that, again, multiple offer situations, people are offering to close faster to get that deal done. Now, median list price is $492.5K. And so now that we've kind of talked about pretty much the Virginia Peninsula, a little bit of the spots that maybe not all of you guys are looking at, but roughly where most people do look at, I do want to compare Richmond and Henrico. So these two areas are areas that I hear people tell me they want to move to or move from all the time. And sometimes people tell me they want to move to Richmond or they commute to Richmond, even from Suffolk or the other way around. And it's not unusual. What's great about Richmond is, number one, it's the capital, but it also just has really great, historic values, but also just like the architecture, the mix, the number of homes for sale. There's so many options, and you're not going to run out of options if you're looking in Richmond, unless, of course, you decide Richmond isn't the place for you. Either way, you also have Henrico, which is all the area outside of it. And it has a ton of things to offer. It's on the way to like King's Dominion. If some people have been to that area, you might know of all the little places, Glen Allen, all these areas. People do commute down to York County every once in a while, even for businesses. And so it's always good to know what's going on in markets that are slightly different from ours, but also very popular and bring in a lot of people from those areas. So in Richmond, because you never know, you might be selling your house and the person who's looking at it might compare it to what's going on in Richmond, and that might be what sells your home, is really selling that and those good differences and the financial benefits of choosing your home over something else that may be 30 minutes closer to work, but it gets you the weekend and the walkability to the beach that you like, or being able to shop at the outlets, lots of little things like that. All up to having a great lifestyle for you and your family. And it's always good to think long term as well, because it's not always about the morning commute. Sometimes it's about the neighbors, it's about the view, it's about what you come home to. So without further ado, let's talk about Richmond just a little bit. In Richmond, there are 1,204 homes for sale. Year over year, the prices are up 7.2%. So they are up, but that made the median list price $400K. With the list price at this, it takes about 31 median days to sell, and then we have 104.9% is what gets the deal done. Richmond, from what I've heard, because I've only been putting a few offers in Richmond, I primarily focused on Hampton Roads, but I'm not opposed to going up there, is that most people do feel like they're being priced out simply because there's so many people who want to buy a house and there's not many homes for sale. So it definitely is a market, because it's a capital as well, where people are going to be competing, and you're going to have to go, that first weekend, first day, try and be the first one in, and usually offer above ask. And in this case, people are offering 104.9, almost 105% of ask price. And some people might even say, 5% more than ask price. And what's crazy too about 5% is that it's really close to any negotiable number you could reach to pay for your realtor services. So if you were to sell a home and you were able to get even 105%, most people are agreeing to pay, a fee to sell the home. That fee could be covered based off that negotiation. If they're even able to sell for more than that, there's the cost paid for right there of hiring a professional to sell the home. When it comes to Henrico, and it's a little bit less competitive, there is 100% listed sale price, and it's taking 28 days to close in Henrico. So like I said before, Henrico is a really broad area, a lot less competition, a little bit smaller of a lifestyle because it's not big city living in some of the areas like Ashland or smaller places. It's very more like a country feel, and you expect to have more of a yard and less of a skyscraper skyline view, if I call it that, and a little less condos, but still available if you want a condo lifestyle. Now, for Henrico, year over year, 7.3% increase in list price. Median list price in Henrico is more expensive than Richmond because in Henrico, we do have more, like I said, land. So some people might expect to get more compared to Richmond, where you might be living in a smaller place just to be closer to the city. And that made the median list price, like I said before, 448.4. And the list price, we already talked about that. So what I do want to cover before I wrap this up is, and I work with a lot of people in the area to find something either to buy, sell, or even rent out. I do multifamily as well, and I'm happy to give you a consultation on anything related to property management. If you want to get more referrals for home services, I can definitely get you somebody who specializes in property management that I've trusted and worked with to give you that aspect of it, because I really am just a salesperson. So I handle the buy side, the selling side, but I'm also a resource. If you wanted to acquire something like a mid-term rental, short-term Airbnb, all these things are things that are in the realtor space. But at the end of the day, what a realtor is an educator and an advisor. So if you ever have any questions at all about what's going on in your market, about maybe what's multifamily going on with new construction, maybe how did a sale just next door or down the street affect you, I'm here to help and be a resource for you and guide you in the right direction. If you know anybody looking to buy, sell, or rent in the area, I think I can definitely at least be a resource, because at the end of the day, what is a resource and a person without somebody who can speak with you and not give you some automated data number that you see on these websites that sometimes is, 90 days backlog data, not up to the minute. This is what happened based off what happened yesterday data, which only a realtor can really provide. So just keep that in mind if you're watching these real estate home evaluation sites, that sometimes they don't really keep up to date with everything. So speak with your local realtor if you already have one in mind, and reach out to me if you want to have somebody recommended to you or if you want to work with me. I'm always here to help. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Mwazamela Thurmond. I'm a local realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, RW Town Realty.